Well, I spoke to the police, the Gold Commander yesterday morning, and to the head of the Environment Agency. I'm just obviously anxious that we don't do anything to impede the emergency effort, and I was reassured that that wouldn't be the case today. And I've been here overnight. I've spoken to some families and businesses who've been affected this morning, and it's obviously had a devastating impact on the local community, on the local community. And I think what we now need to do is the government needs to strain every sinew, as we now are, but people need to pull together, which they are in heroic fashion here in Somerset. Everybody is having to respond to something which we've never encountered before. No one has encountered this kind of deluge in such a sort of sustained way over such a prolonged period of time. I was just speaking to the son of an elderly couple who've had to move out of their home. They've been living here since the early 1970s. They've never seen anything like this. So everybody's having to adapt to something which hasn't happened before on this scale, and we need to work together. That's the key thing. The military, the police, the emergency service, the farming community, everyday families, everybody needs to work together. Look, there'll be a time and a place when we can look back and decide who should have done what when and whose responsibility for what decision lay where, but I don't think now is the time to point the finger of blame. Chris Smith and the Environment Agency have got a very difficult job to do. We can in the future look back and decide what went right, what went wrong. It's very clear, for instance, now that the calls here locally for the dredging of some of the local rivers, while it wouldn't have been a magic sort of one solution, clearly should have been done over the last few years. But I don't think, certainly the people I've met here overnight and this morning, I think what they're more interested in is not who's blaming whom, but how people are working together to make sure that their businesses are back to full strength, that their homes are kept safe, and their farms are back to full operation. If you just look around us at the sheer depth of the water, this will take some time to drain away or be moved away. Now, we've put in a whole lot of new pumps, and new pumps are being installed during the course of this week. I hope in the coming period we will see the water level come down, but it depends on the weather, and it depends on quite how much water we can shift with those new pumps that are being installed this week. We're putting more money forward. We're making sure that money is made available. We've changed the rules so that local councils who come forward to the government asking for money in these emergency circumstances get more of the money to cover more of the costs that they are having to face. So we're putting up money. We're working with the military. We're working with all the emergency services. We're putting out every single stop that we can in Whitehall through the Cobra meeting system to ensure that every bit of government works to deal with this problem.